Here's something you don't often hear before retirement. I'm worried I won't spend enough when I retire. But you should think about it. After nearly 2 decades working with South African wealthy retirees, I can tell you the biggest risk for many isn't running out of money, it's living as if they already have. Fear of spending, fear of the unknown, and fear of making a mistake. In this video, I want to challenge that mindset and maybe give you permission to live a little. Hi, I'm Ardi Swart, Certified Financial Planner and Managing Director of Family Wealth Custodians. Over the past 15 plus years, I've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of South African retirees transition into retirement. One thing I've noticed, we spend our whole working lives saving, only to struggle emotionally when it's time to start spending. Just a quick note, this video is for educational purposes only, and it's not personal advice. Always speak to a certified financial planner before making any big financial decisions. Here's a fact, 70% of our regular viewers don't actually subscribe to our channel. We have a dream to impact as many South African retirees as we possibly can. And that comes from a deep personal position of seeing my mom lose and my grandmothers lose a lot of money because of poor advice. So if you would like us to help us reach our goal of reaching more retirees in South Africa, please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and if you find something informative, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you so much. You've probably heard of the 4% rule. Withdraw 4% of your portfolio each year, adjusted for inflation, and it should last you 30 years. But here's the catch. Most wealthy retirees don't even spend that much. A study in the Journal of Financial Planning found that wealthy retirees often withdraw as little as 2.5% to 3%, even when they could safely take much more. In this study, wealthy meant having around $800,000 to $1.2 million. That's approximately 15 to 20 million rand today. That's similar to many clients that we work with at Family Wealth. And yet, even these high net worth households tend to underspend mainly out of fear. Here's a quick way to check if your retirement is sustainable. We call it the retirement balance formula. Drawdowns, including taxes, plus fees, plus inflation, including medical inflation of course, should be equal to or less than your investment returns. If the left side ever gets bigger than the right side, then your capital starts shrinking, and that's when the worry sets in. Let's unpack the formula. Inflation and medical inflation. General inflation is around 5 to 6% in South Africa, but medical inflation can be at 10 to 12%, and over decades, that's a huge factor. The second thing is drawdown rate. A recommended drawdown rate is around 4%, but only if fees are low and returns beat inflation. Draw too much and money runs out faster than you think. Draw too little and you might not enjoy retirement to its fullest. The third thing we need to think of is fees. High fees are like a slow leak in your plan. Paying 2 to 4% in total fees means losing a big chunk of your growth every year. Lower fees keep your returns working for you. I recently came across a client with an old legacy type retirement annuity where the total annual cost was sitting at approximately 4.5%. That's ridiculous, and no wonder why many people mistrust the insurance companies. Say your living annuity earns 11% in a year. General inflation is sitting at 5% and medical inflation is sitting at 10%, and your blended inflation rate is sitting at approximately 6%, that leaves you with 5% for both your fees and your drawdown. So if you draw 4% and your fees are 1%, you're balanced. But if your fees are 2.5%, you're already in negative territory. Your capital is shrinking and your compounding is now working against you. The secret to making your money last is invest in assets that beat both inflation and medical inflation. Keep your fees and costs lean and consistent, and plan for taxes, and keep in mind whatever is left after these three costs gives you a good indication of what you can safely withdraw every year. When you get the retirement balance right, you give yourself the best shot at maintaining your lifestyle without running out of money in your 80s or 90s. Earlier this year, I sat with a couple from Gauteng with about 18 million rand in retirement assets, 2 paid off properties, and no debt. They were drawing only 30,000 Rand per month, less than many mid-level salaries. When I asked why, they said, "We just want to be safe." But the plan showed that they could draw 50 to 60,000 Rand per month and still preserve their capital for 30 years plus, leaving money for their heirs and charities. They were stuck in the accumulation mode. No one had helped them shift into the decumulation mode. Michael Kitces, one of the world's top retirement researchers, tested the 4% rule using 150 years of US market data. He found that in over 2/3 of cases, retirees ended up with double their starting wealth. Many ended up with 5 times more, and running out of money at 4% was extremely rare. Yes, I know that's US data and we live in South Africa, but the principle still applies. With a well-diversified portfolio, most conservative retirees die with more money than they started with. The Journal of Financial Planning found the 3 main reasons why retirees underspend are fear of running out of money, no clear income strategy, and relying on gut feel instead of planning. When you wing it, your brain's loss aversion kicks in. Spending feels like losing, so you cut back, even when you don't need to. Here are 3 ways to spend confidently in retirement. First of all, create a purpose-based plan. Decide on what your money is for. Is it for preserving capital for your heirs, enjoying life now, or giving to causes you love? Spending without purpose feels risky. Spending with purpose feels right. Secondly, use a dynamic spending strategy. Don't stick rigidly to 4%. Adjust for markets. When there's good years, spend a little bit more. Bad years, cut back slightly. You stay in control and there's no guesswork. Thirdly, implement a bucket strategy, a system we use at Family Wealth, where bucket 1 is for cash and money market instruments, very low risk investment that's supposed to have very little volatility for the first, let's say, 5 years. Bucket 2 is for conservative income that will be invested in a more moderate type investment for the next 10 years. And bucket 3 is your growth assets, 15 years plus into the future. This keeps you invested, protected from selling in down markets and sleeping well at night. The real cost of underspending is not just about numbers, it's about missed moments in life, missing the northern lights, skipping a trip to meet your grandchild, delaying the home improvements, or not helping a child start a business. We often think that spending is the risk, but regret is the bigger risk. If you found this video helpful, click the link in the description below to join our retirement community, where you get weekly videos, tips and tools to retire with confidence. If you've worked hard, saved and planned, you deserve retirement that reflects it. That might mean giving yourself permission to live a little more, not less. I'm Swart. This is Family Wealth. Keep investing into your future.